Hey everybody, welcome to the stream. It's Monday night, which means we get to draft. I'm just going to jump right in and start with a throne draft and see how it takes us. I'm still holding on to that cold I had last week, but I am not on cold medicine this week, so theoretically things should go a little smoother. And if not, well, this is what I got. Um, alright, well, this is a cool looking pack to start with. I think the serpent is probably the while it's not like the most powerful card in the set, it's probably one of the best things you can see pack one, just because it leaves you so completely open. So that is going to be a clear, easy first pick. I like easy picks. All right, now it's not so easy. So we went from not committing to any one color to commit to all the colors. Um, so in monocolored picks, I like the Knight, I like the Raiders, I like the Scavengers. Actually, all the, with the exception of the Scarecrow, I think they're all fairly playable. Like main deck, wouldn't be sad to play any of them actually. So that means for our second pick, though, the multicolored cards are the most powerful. Of these cards, I think it's between the guy who puts counters on other dudes or this guy, especially in some kind of like food deck. He gets to be a lot of fun. I'm going to start here, though. Hopefully a couple of the other one of these will kind of wheel back because this pack is so good. Ooh, so we have the Clover, which can be a lot of fun to build around. There's also decent removal in Dragonfire. This guy puts more counters on things. And then this is a removal that is not bad either. If I were playing green-blue, there wasn't a green-blue card in the last pack, though. So for me, I'm stuck between the Clover and the Dragonfire based on our other picks. We don't have any adventure cards yet, which means this could be a wasted pick. But man, is it fun to play around. This is probably the safer pick. Well, technically we're not stuck in red or red-green. So if we take the Clover and we see, a bunch of great white adventures, we can always switch to that. Alright, let's see it. Let's see what happens. And basically no adventures we care about. Drat. Okay. So in terms of the red-green cards, there's nothing here I'm excited to pick. Gingerbrute is fine. And this or the Noble would have been the pick if we had taken the black-green Knight. We didn't. So the most powerful card in this pack is probably the Rider. So let's take it. We could be red-green non-humans. We could be an adventure deck. We could be a black-white Knight deck. It's pick 4, and I have no idea what we're doing. That's okay. Alright, so we got a black-white Knight. In terms of the cards, it's probably the most powerful in the pack. So we'll take that as a hopeful signal. The dummy is a Knight, which can matter. This gets back Knight cards, which with the Rider can be awesome. And then there's also this removal, which isn't great in black-white Knights, but it's still some kind of removal. And we don't have any great targets for this. I've been kind of underwhelmed with this card in any variation on the Knight deck. If you play like one of that black troll or something crazy that you really want to get back, it's totally worth it. But we don't have anything yet, so let's just take the witches. Uh, in terms of the knights, while this one is technically more powerful, this is the better card. So we'll go with that one. There's the raiders, but I think at this point we're looking more black-white knightish based on signals. Or maybe black-red. We don't care about the white card at all. This is fine. But on the off chance we play or splash red, we'll take that. In terms of the lands, I much prefer the Grange over the Cottage. While I like that you get a creature card back, putting it on top of your library is not as nearly as good as putting it into your hand. Okay. Youthful Knight is a great 2-drop in the Knight deck. So we'll have 2 of them. I was really hoping that was going to be a third and be like, yes, 3 in a row. While this is a Knight, I'm never super happy to play it. I'll take the Grange. Put the Provision sideboard. Oh. Okay. Well, we can officially say we're not playing Grum Gully, I think. We are significantly more white than black. And this we may not end up playing. Oh, the Serpent is so good, though. None of the white cards I care about. Memory Theft is a decent card, but I don't really care about it. If you're playing with red knights, the Trebuchet is ridiculous. But again, I also like the Rimrock Knight. This is one of those cases, if this were a real-life draft where I knew I was playing in pod, there's a decent chance I'd take the Serpent and see to move in that direction, or at least make sure it doesn't hit, because this card is very hard to deal with. But since I won't play this card, from this pod at least, I mean, I may see it in the tournament, I'm going to take the best card for possibly my deck, because at this point, playing blue-black isn't looking likely. But I'll take the Trebuchet and see. Alright, so we have the decision. This card is fine even in a black-white Knight deck because it's just a good card. If we're playing red, this is obviously, I'd rather have one of these than another Lost Legion. But I'm not sure that we are playing red yet. Because I don't really care about this card. Let's move that to the side. So let's look. I mean, really, I guess in white, we actually only have the Youthful Knights. Well, we have the Rider and the Commander, too. Makes me really want to play black-white. And right now we have no adventures. But the flyer can actually matter, and we don't actually right now, other than the Commander, if we're black-white, have a lot of interactions with adventures, especially since I moved the Clover to the sideboard. But I think the flyer just wins. Okay, so we have the choice of a good creature / combat trick for our deck, or just removal, since we have none. I think the removal is a case. This is another thought on should we be playing red instead of black or white. Which is a great question. There's also the Cauldron. Man. Reef Soul might be wrong here. I might be trying to force black-white too much. So in red, there's Searing Barrage. I like Outflank in the Knight deck. I like Fairy Godmother in the Knight deck. And I recognize it's not a Knight. But flying your Knight over can get you in for the last bit of damage. There's another Lost Legion. Since we have the Pathlighter, take the Guide Mother. Yeah, see, red looks a lot more open than with this Rimrock. But I think we're going on it. Let's get a combat trick in. Take the Noble. Kind of want to take the Barrage there, but see, yeah, I think I went down the wrong path. I think I should probably be red, black, or red, white. Knights. Let's take that and see. But see, then, I'm so confused. And right now, there's no way we can splash. I'll take that, though. Another knight I don't really want to play. A knight I do want to play, but not the colors I'm in. I like one squire in the deck. I'm not sure about two versus just another random knight. We have a lot of 2-drops. And if we're not playing red, we don't have a lot of 3-drops. I think this card is actually more powerful than this one, but I'm going to take that for the synergy and because we need some more 3-drops. All right. Let's look how bad we are if we actually take the red out. Oh, it's bad. Okay. Well, do we have... I guess we really only have one card that cares. But I think in this deck, and just overall, if you're playing black-white, the Rider's super powerful. Okay, this makes me feel a little bit better. We could take the egg and splash something. I think that might be too greedy. We have Reeve Knoll and Venerable Knight. Venerable Knight is perfect in this deck. We also have a Youthful Knight. I'm just going to take the Reeve Soul. Hope one of those comes back. Ah, Trapped in the Tower. Yes, please. Ooh, okay. So white is definitely open. Tactician is excellent. It's a flyer and taps things down. There's another Venerable Knight, which I really want, but I really like the Tactician. Ooh, better. Okay. That's what this deck needed. Another Red Knight. So we're sitting at 19 cards right now. I need to be considerate about actual playables. I like the Griffin a lot. We have 2 other 5-drops. I also like the Prophet, kind of round things out. Let's go with that, just to get one top end in. Ooh, the Knight came back. Or not, there's another Knight. We don't have an outflank yet. Like I said, I like this card. We'll take that one. Ooh, Youthful Knight. I think that's in this deck better than the Funeral. Ooh, this makes me hopeful. Okay. Well, I'll still take a Guide Mother. And, well, we have some choices now. So, we went from, I didn't think we were starting this pack, I was worried about getting enough playables, to actually getting enough playables. So, I feel a little bit better. I still think I'm going to actually go back probably after the stream is over and rewatch some of the choices because I do think somewhere we missed an opportunity to be red. I'm not certain if it should be red-white or red-black. I'm still fairly certain on that first pick between the Grumgully and the 2 Knights. I still think Grumgully was correct. Then the question is, if we had taken the Scorching Dragonfire over the Clover, would that have pushed us more into red? And then, even with still that Lucky Clover choice, which is fine and completely serviceable, At what point should we have seen red being an option for knights? Because I think there's something there. But we have a deck. It is fine. It is not the best deck I have drafted by a long shot, but it's still good. So let's take a look and see what we need to cut. This is not a one drop, so we do have quite a few, but they're all pretty good. The Noble is great. Not as much in this deck. We already have a ton of 2-drops, so I'll cut that one. I do like Shining Armor. Making this into like a 4/4 with Vigilance is stupid good. But it's definitely something that is cuttable, depending on what we have. In terms of non-knights, we have the Squire, which again, I really like for the ability to untap and as a combat trick, and then later just put it as a chump blocker if you need to. Guide Mother, clearly not a knight, but makes your knights fly. Pathlighter, not a knight. We only have 1, 2, 3 creatures that trigger it. However, it's still a 2/2 flyer for 3, which is a fine return on investment. And again, we have the Griffin, which is just evasion, and Prophet, which is just a big dumb dude. So, need to think about how fast we want to make the deck. Do we want to pull the Prophet out and keep the curve lower, which is very possible. My concern with that is if you hit big green decks, sometimes you need something to kind of punch through. And while we do have Sir to pump up our creatures, we can get behind quickly. And the only way we really have to deal with big green dudes is a single trap in the tower. We didn't see any baked, which is depressing. You know, there may have actually been even a chance to go mono white. We'd really only lose 2, 4, 5, 6 cards. Or maybe even we should just moved into red white, because we'd lose 6, gain 3. Anyways, we'll stick with black white. This guy is pretty good. Making another knight indestructible does help punch through. And because he has Death Touch, they have to trade to get rid of it usually, or use removal. And having your opponent use removal on 2-drop is better than using it on a 5-drop. Hi, buddy. Come on up. Wee Seamus appearance for the day. How are you doing? Hi, gonna come say hi? Yeah, he doesn't like me drafting. It's okay. Come on down. Or just hang up there. Either way. You gotta pay the cat tax, you know? Gotta pay attention. It's okay, buddy. He's very talkative. Lets his opinion be known. Come on. Or don't. He's also a scaredy cat. So, oh, there we go. Close up on Wee Seamus, and I get the kitty butt. There you go. There's Wee Seamus' tail. Wee. Hi, buddy. Sorry. Here's your daily cat butt instead of a draft. That's what you wanted, right? Hey, buddy. How are ya? Kitty purrs. Okay. So, he is staring at my choices as well. What do you like, buddy? Oh, jeez. Being whacked by a cattail here. Okay. So, we've got... Would you pick away? Hey, buddy. We're at 43. We need to cut 3. I'm trying to see around with Seamus. Buddy. Hi. You just want your screen time, huh? Okay. So we gotta cut 3 of them. And now I'm gonna choke on cat hair. What's our at least 3 cards? I'm gonna pull armor out for right now. We need to cut 2 more. We definitely don't cut the Trap in the Tower. Hi, buddy. I really don't want to cut the Pathlighter because I like having a flyer, but that might be something we need to do. This guy is also underwhelming other than being a knight. Hi, wee. Oh, boy. Let's see. I don't really want to cut the Prophet. I like having him as a 5-drop. And also, later in the game when you don't need lands, that Scrying 2 can sometimes just save you. Because you no longer need to worry about hitting those 2 turns of lands in a row, which so many times that's happened to me. This is actually kind of tough. I think top on the chopping block for me... I actually don't know. It might be the Griffin to lower the curve a bit. We already have ways to make things fly. Hi, buddy. So that gets us to 41. We could... There is an argument to be made for possibly... I don't know why we do not need 8 swamps in this deck. We have 2, 4, 6, 7 required black mana symbols. We don't need more lands than we have mana symbols. Hi, buddy. Can you not stand here anymore, please? Come on. Come down. Thank you. So maybe if we do cut the Prophet, this is now a 16 land deck. That is definitely a thing to think about. So much kitty hair. I swear I spent like 20 minutes petting the cat before I went on stream even, and still so much kitty hair. Okay. Thank you, buddy. So we do that, cut this out. We're down to 16, and we could add something back in, which the Shining Armor is definitely a conversation because we have so many knights. We don't have a lot of 4-drops, and while I'm not a huge fan of this card, it looks like we are going to go much heavier white, which makes this better. And it does kind of round out that 4-drop, gives us a possible 3/6, which a lot of decks can't really block well. There's also the Noble, although if we're pulling out swamps, I'm less likely to add that card in. Part of me also wants to add in the Grange, the 3rd one, if we're going to go heavier white, just because +1 counters on all of our creatures is huge. But we also have a really low curve that I don't really want to miss out on. So let's see. So we have, how many did I say? 2, 4, 6, 7. I think I feel comfortable cutting one more. So the question is, do I add this in or the plains? I think I'm going to add a plains in. Let's start there. Add a pretty one. And then when this comes up, we know that could have either been a Grange or a swamp. And so for me, I find it interesting to just kind of catalog what that difference actually would have made, if any. So then we need to add one back in. First Strike Vigilance is good. Like I said, I really do like this card, especially on a couple of these creatures. It's giving them Vigilance is a huge deal. So let's try that. Let's keep the deck curve lower. We're at 16 lands. If we ever flood out, we don't mind hitting the Serpent. The Serpent's just good. And we'll run with that. Let's see how it goes. Cool. What I should do, before I forget, let me take a screenshot so that when I can't remember what I have in, I can reference it. Because my memory is terrible. All right. Awesome. So we'll wait for us to find a match. If you didn't see it on the coming soon banner before the stream started, we're giving away for Jace Vryn's Prodigy live on stream on Saturday to followers. So if you haven't already, make sure you're following the channel and check us out on Saturday and see the giveaway. It's pretty awesome. Ooh. 1, 2, 3, tap your things down. Yeah, let's do that. This seems like fun. They mulligan. Oh, they did. All right. Venerable Knight, let's go. I love the Venerable Knight into the Youthful Knight simply because it makes blocking the Venerable Knight so much more annoying. Ah, okay. Ooh, and look, we'll even get to trigger the Grange. Play this first so that we don't mind attacking and trading. A 3/2 for Striker is pretty darn good. All right. Yep. Hey, they're copycats. Oh, sad panda. That's okay. We are going to play this person and make it a 4/3 next turn. We haven't drawn a swamp. Conversely, we also haven't drawn... Never mind, we drew a black card. I should learn to keep my mouth shut. All right. And then, while we could use the knight to tap something down, I'd rather just get it on the field and put some pressure on. They're going to have hasty stuff here at some point. Oh, I wonder if they're splashing red. Okay. So at some point we should draw a land. But 6 damage a turn is not a bad clock. Especially when that started on turn 4. Maybe turn 5. Yeah, turn 5. Okay. Ooh, they can give it haste. Swing in. I still like that clock. 2 to 6 is not bad. Ooh, put both on top, so that's vaguely annoying. All right, I'm going to attack first, in case there's something crazy going on. Normally, I'm hesitant to play the Rider into not having mana to protect it. However, I already feel fairly comfortable with where we're at, and we do have a Witch somewhere in our deck to get it back if needed. So I'm okay with this. Oh, see? Baked into a pie. That's okay. We'll get it back. And eventually, we will draw plains. Or, swamp. This was the one that should have been a swamp, so mental note, would have been better originally. I'm going to hold on to the land. Normally, because I have the Serpent, I like playing them all out. But they're playing black, which has the Spectre discard 2 cards. So this gives me a little bit of wiggle room at least. Okay. Woohoo! And a second rider. So hopefully they'll offer the double block. I'll put that back there and then outflank. Kill the lifelinker, which will then kill their other guy. And they have no cards in hand, so I absolutely don't have a problem running out the rider. And they conceded. So there we go. That worked out okay. While we didn't draw a swamp, still think 6 is completely fine for this deck. The only bad one is the Lost Legion because it's double black. Which means at some point we may want to consider changing that out for something else and sticking with the 6. But I still think we statistically should have drawn at least one. But even not drawing a swamp, we did fine. Ooh, okay, no, we don't keep this hand. We don't have a black. We only have one land. It's bad on multiple levels. Yes, please. Okay, so we have black, white. I have a bunch of great cards. We're going to keep the 6. So these, we can quite literally cast everything but the rider right now. That being said, the rider's so good. I'm tempted to keep it over the Squire. Because we can't cast the Adventure on the Squire right now either. So I'm going to do that. We have enough creatures. We have this guy to play. We have Outflank, Reeve Soul. So I'm okay with it, but... Or I should have kept the other one and just drawn the... Anyways, okay. It's going to be one of those days. At least we have two. I mean, I'm not complaining. Don't get me wrong. Alright. At this point, I'm going to play out the Commander versus Reeve Soul. Just because, depending on what they play on turn 3, the Reeve might be better on that creature. We really need to draw some land. Like, I'd be happy with a couple lands in a row right now. No blocks. Not worth it. Okay. So the Noble is definitely a better target for the Reeve Soul. I absolutely, in a green-black, especially food deck, love the Noble. It's so good. It can get out of hand really quickly. Unfortunately, we did not draw a land. Oh, okay. Reeve Soul would have been much better there. Oh, this is going to be rough. Discard a card. Well, in this case, we can definitely get rid of one of those. Okay, that doesn't help. Okay, that doesn't help. That's not good. So, I don't know what our out is here to this. We're going to do that, though, because we need them to slow the roll. Alright, well, we have the Tactician now. I really don't like that our win condition, or excuse me, our removal condition is based on number of blocker, or number of creatures, when this guy is going to keep making us sacrifice our creatures. Man. So, if we don't block, they'll probably make us sack a creature. If we do block, we lose our creature. But at least if we sacrifice, they have to lose the Tempting Witch as well. If they don't make a sacrifice, we have a chance of saving this later. So, I don't know that that's 100% right. But I mean, we don't mind discarding because we're not playing some of these cards anytime soon anyway. Trap in the Tower has gotten worse now that Rankle can let them sacrifice things. Yeah, so then the Witch is going to go away. So is our Tactician. I'm fairly certain we're not winning this game. We'll discard the 5-drop. That doesn't block them anyway. Okay. not a creature. Or not a land. Though again, even at this point, I'm not sure what we can draw to get out of this. I think we're just dead. Yep. I don't like conceding until I'm absolutely dead. I'm pretty much absolutely dead, but let's see. Yep. There's not much I can do here. Oh, okay, so they're just going to kill me anyway. That's fine. Yeah, super dead. Alright. Rankle is a ridiculous card. I mean, that's stupid hard to beat, so I don't feel too bad losing that. Especially when we had mulliganed already. I think the mulligan was correct. I feel comfortable with what we kept. But, ouch, that hurt. Alright. I think this is completely serviceable. The Grange will come into play tapped first, which is fine. We really want to see that this is a case where we might get burned by not having enough swamps. But it's worth keeping. Alright, good. And we have a Reeve Soul too. So we have removal. That's alright. Alright, so start here. I don't like the fact that they're playing red, but I guess they don't have an instant handy. Ooh, 3 colors. Nice, Savvy Hunter. That is definitely a very good Reeve Soul target. I played in the PTQ at GB Columbus this weekend. Managed to make top 8. Draft didn't go super well, but my main sealed deck was one of the best sealed pools I'd had in quite a while. And I had 2 Savvy Hunters. It was so good. So much fun. Alright, so big guy. We could trade. I don't mind that. We can also make him fly. Let's do that. Just get over and punch. And play this one. If we could have played another night, once we can play another night, then I don't mind attacking in, because they won't trade. Uh-oh. Okay. That's not good. No blocks. Alright. Okay, good. So we're gonna do that. And then play the Guide Mother. And then tap down Grumgully on their turn. We really want to see another... In a perfect world, we'll top deck a Plains, because that'll allow us to play the Tactician and leave Outflank open. Or they'll just squish her, poor little Guide Mother. At least they didn't have Adamant? That's not a great defense. Alright. Nope, just submit the 1. Okay, not perfect. So we're going to swing in for 4. Yeah, it doesn't matter. I'm going to play the Tactician now. 1, they know about it. 2, next turn, clearly depending on what happens, I can, even if I don't draw another land, I can play Venerable Knight and outflank, and be able to trade if needed. At some point I may just leave the commander back too, because Death Touch matters. Yep. Alright, they left that back. So swinging with them will make this guy indestructible. Flashing this in. So I'm trying to decide, do I want to play the knight? And then, what does the knight? The knight gets us to 4 for outflank, which still doesn't kill this one. The shining armor flashing into this guy means they have to block it with the Grumgully. And I can still play knight or outflank. I think this is better. At a second heart attack, thinking maybe one of them had a reach. I just wanted to double check. Okay, that's fine. Alright, I think here we play this knight, because clearly they're struggling with something here. What you doing, buddy? You got 3 colors. You're making me nervous. Okay, I'll take that. I went from being worried that they were thinking so hard to concession. So, hey, that's a fine turn of events. Well, I'm going to take look at the deck, because we're not hitting lands to save our life here. So I don't think we've ever had a double black. So if we take him out, what does that do for us? We could put in the single black noble, which is a mana sink, which isn't a thing we're having a problem with, but it is a 2-drop. We could put in the 4-drop, which makes the curve a teeny tiny bit higher, but reduces the stress on the black, which could be what we need. We could also play Rally, which gets us a couple guys at instant speed, which can really change the combat math clock. It creates instant blockers that they don't know about and gains us some life. So there's something definitely to be said for that. Provisions is a fine card. I'm not really happy usually if I'm playing it in my deck. It's great in the blue-white enchantment artifact deck because it, counts for 2. But I don't think for us is what we're looking for. I think I'm going to try Rally. I'm not normally a huge fan of that card, but between having the +1/+1 that can change combat math real quick, and we're not going to be doing a lot of blocking with this deck, as evidenced in the last few games, because we just want to keep punching in. That's why I also think there's an argument, instead of the witches, to play the Griffin, but because we have a few knights that are super powerful that we want to make sure we get back, I still think I'm going to keep the witches in. Yeah. So let's see. If we hit the Rally and we really wish we would have had the 2/3, we'll know. But I think it's worth taking a look at least. And based on how these last few games have gone, that extra life can mean a lot. I mean, wouldn't have done, like with Rankle even, it would have gotten us an extra blocker. Would have been good. Okay, so completely fine to keep this. We're on the play. I am tempted to play the Guide Mother. Yeah, let's do that. I think this might just be a race because we're going to curve out. We'll see. Not a huge fan of this card. I haven't really played it a lot, so I might be undervaluing it. But the fact that it exiles makes me sad. Alright, I am not going to play the Grange yet because I want to play the Knight. Now, this does block the Youthful Knight quite well. So that's some. See, I definitely would have waited and blocked with that. And then sacked it later. Unless they need a 1/1 right now for something. Because the 1/1 can't block the Youthful Knight. And if they attack, I'm not offering a trade for the Youthful Knight for a trick. Alright. Not worth resoling the 1/1 if they have a trick. Okay. So, side note. I misplayed. I should have played the Grange instead of the Plains so that I could make sure I played the Resolute Rider on their next turn. So that was a mistake because I don't have anything to do with that Plains right now. That's just a screwed up mana drop. Hey, look, that guy. Now, normally this card isn't a super threat, but considering all of our dudes... Ooh, look at that. Never punished. Gonna play this. So we have the choice to just swing in with 1 and then play the Rider, or Reeve Soul, swing in for 5. Based on the fact that I got burned last time using Reeve not on a Rankle, I think I'm going to get another turn. Yeah. Just swing in for 1. There's a chance this guy gets baked into pie, but with this mana curve, we're never going to have 7 mana open. Okay, we're fine with that. They still can't attack at all. Alright, so here we put down... Ooh, I think... I don't like putting all the eggs in a basket. But I think that's right. And we have the ability here to Reeve Soul that creature and then profitably attack in with everybody. Because it only costs 3 to make that indestructible. I will make that indestructible. Now again, they may have something on their turn that kills it, but it's a fine trade. Yep, baked into a pie. That's the only reason I was hesitant to put the counter on them, but it's okay. And then all our knights are so youthful. So youthful. I should have played the land. That was a mistake. I don't need to hold them here. I don't have any cards I'm protecting. Worst case scenario, I'm just going to lose it to them, making me discard. Oh, that's annoying. Alright, going to play the land. We are not going to attack into Sir Conrad. Although we may next turn based on what they do. Because they would have taken 4 additional, so maybe I should have. I just hate losing guys to Sir Conrad. Ooh, that's annoying. Alright, so we attack in. They have 4 blockers. However, they only kill 1 of our creatures. And then they don't have blockers anymore. But then they can sacrifice the food and gain life. So I think I'm going to just... We have a clock. They don't have a sack outlet right now to make the boars into food, which is a good thing for us. Like, if they attack with the boars... Oh, okay, now we have a problem. But here's a great... Like, I'd love to draw another guide mother. Guide mother. Because the knight will just fly right over. Alright. So I'm hesitating because we are one land from keeping it indestructible all the time. So I'm really tempted to not. Again, we also have the option of swinging all in, losing a creature, giving them a bunch of food. What do we got? Excuse me. I think I'm just going to do this and wait. I don't like the waiting because they have cards in hand and they can gain life. But the issue is each food is going to gain them 3 life. Whereas we're only possibly punching in for 2. This knight doesn't present a threat because of all of our youthful knights. Okay. I would have really preferred to have that card. So they have 6 mana. They have the Haster guy. They have 2 other cards we don't know about. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, they can't attack in. Okay, so this is where it's good that we have the Shining Armor. Man, excuse me. I'm going to use it before we go to attacks, simply because we want to give something vigilance, I think. It doesn't stop anything from really dying. Yeah. So we're gonna put it on the rider. And we're just going to go all in. We need to get this game over with. We currently just lose based on Sir Conrad draining. So like I said, we knew that they'd eat 1. That's okay. Before I forget... Yeah, we're taking a bunch of damage here. Target knight I control. Again, I'm going to learn from my lesson and not put it there. Put 1 there. All the triggers to our face. But now they only have 1 blocker. We also really need to give our dude lifelink. Okay, that's annoying. Ooh, all right. think it's an obvious trap Sir Conrad. But I'm hesitant because I can just attack with the Resolute Rider and give it lifelink and indestructible. Being at 9 life makes me very nervous. Yeah, you know what? I'm actually just going to do that. See what they do first. Because they block with a Ginger Boot, we never want to give it lifelink anyway. Okay. So, we want to make it indestructible. Yep. Alright, if we trap, they can sack a food, get this back, but we have a bunch of blockers back. So I still think this is right. We're going to do this here. See if they decide to activate his ability instead of maybe drawing, which I'm actually completely fine with. That's better for us. Because that means if they want the haste guy back, they have to spend the mana on this turn. And now they can't activate that ability anymore. Okay. Whoa, they didn't pay Adamant. I think that was a mistake. Ooh, we have the witches. We have another rider in there. Again, we're just going to attack there. Okay. We don't do anything here because they can sack, which means we wouldn't get the life gain anyway. Yep. And we'll trigger the other guy to come back. Yep. Resolve. Yep. This is a slow burn here for us. We're going to play the witches and get this rider back. Well, we did for a second. Okay, so we absolutely have to attack. Ooh, spicy. Well, I think it's obvious. Counter here. We need life. So wait, 3. This guy. So this would be 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's not lethal. And we lose a creature and a life. If they don't block this, it's 5, 8, 10, 12. So actually they have to block this. And all of our other creatures live. And we can both make it indestructible and lifelink. We dead on the swing back, though, because it'll be 6, 10. And we'll be at 10. We'd have to trade this guy off. Yeah, we're going to do 1. We've got to be careful. Indestructible. We need that life. Because now next turn we can, depending on what they play, look to swing in with everything and trade off a couple creatures and not just die to Sir Conrad. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, what does Reeve's Soul do for us? Not much right now. It does allow us to kill the Acolyte. So if we do that, kill the Acolyte, swing in, this trades with something, this bounces in here. Worst case scenario, they block the 3/4. We still gain. Yeah, let's push. This this might not be right. Because we're going to go up to 14. They only have 10 on the swing back. They kill 2 creatures. 12. Alright. We're doing it, folks. I don't like the fact that they have a card we don't know about. But if they play that other 6/5, we're going to struggle here. Yep. So they're taking 9. 3 creatures are dying. Gonna give this life link. Which is nice because now we have indestructible if anything crazy happens on the swing back. They're at 3. We're gonna go down to 11. Yep. We're getting to that point again that we can't really attack, which is just stupid awkward. Didn't you just kill yourself by doing that? Or am I missing something? Because I can't give it lifelink, but now they have to block the tree folk, and then both Youthful Knights get in? They can't crack a food. Okay, clearly I'm missing something. Okay, it's super gonna kill my first striker. Okay, I think that was just a misplay, because they've been pretty consistent the entire time. And like that Sir Conrad, I have to be really careful with the math to make sure that I don't kill myself by running my little guys into their bigger guys. So there's, especially with them playing the 6/5, there's a sense of inevitability there that I think for them it's better to kind of try to wait it out. So I don't know. That may have been a misplay. Alright. Super Newton. I like it. Ooh, alright. Well, we don't have a 2-drop. We finally have 2 swamps. We have 2 1-drops into a 3 and then a 4-drop. I'm fine with this. And they're mulliganing. Alright. In an ideal world, we draw a Youthful Knight here. But we didn't, and that's okay. So we'll just play this one. Not going to attack. It's not really worth it. Nope. You can pump your guy up. In fact, I'd appreciate if you did. Ooh, that's a pretty Rimrock. I don't know that I've seen that one. Alright, well, since the Rimrock can't block, we're going to swing on in. And we're not going to leave a knight back here because we don't mind. Oh, we'll take the damage. See, this is going to be one of those cases where if we get that adamant, whatchamacallit, will be huge. Throne 3 instant. However, we are not going to attack here. We are going to play the Resolute Rider, though. No attacks. Thankfully, they don't have a second black. Yep. Alright, so this guy has Menace. So let's... Oh, this could be painful. So right now that's 5, 8, 9 possible. So I definitely want to block. We'll do that. We have 2 cards left in hand. If they have Barrage, that's bad for us. I don't really want... You know what's better? Let's do this. I'd rather do this. This could be just completely wrong. There's just so many instants that I'm afraid of right now in combat tricks. And we have the witches to get stuff back. And the witches also does a great job blocking these guys. Put one here. Ah, nice. That is okay, buddy. Ooh. Actually, no. I'm not going to attack because I want the Venerable Knight on blocking duty. Yep. Alright. Let's play the witches. Get back the rider. Play a land. We're not going to attack right now. We are kind of on our back foot, but our creatures are better. So that gives us inevitability, which our opponent saw and therefore conceded. Yeah, no. That's the one downfall about those stupid aggressive red X decks is that if you don't win in the first few turns, you can peter out pretty quickly. Look at all the shiny things. Alright, well, let's keep going. So far, so good. If you haven't had a chance yet, you should check out Mom's Basement Games on TCG Player. They are super awesome, and they're letting us do these drafts and helping us get better, which is super amazing. So if you have a second and need some cards, go check them out. I love them, and I love drafting, so they have a special place in my heart. Even these wonky, I'm pretty sure I screwed up mid-draft. Drafts are fun. And I will say, if you haven't had a chance yet and you have a GP near you or a convention, I highly recommend the mystery booster drafts they're doing. Wizards put out those mystery booster packs with those crazy playtest cards, and they're really freaking crazy. I did a couple this weekend at GP Columbus and had an absolute blast. So much fun. And there's some weird interactions and fun things you can do. I had a lot of fun. I chose that over Eldraine drafting all day Saturday, so use that information as you will. Alright, so 2 lands, 3 2-drops. Let's do it. All the Youthful Knights. I like the fact that the Youthful Knights, when you have multiple, just become great blockers in mass. Ooh, they have the pretty planes. Yay. This is one of my favorite arts. Sorry. I get distracted easily by shiny things. And this is definitely a shiny thing. But then such a bad forest. What? Alright. I love me some Flutterfox. Guy is awesome. Okay, that's at least we know they're not attacking with the Well, I would have loved to seen a plains. Since we didn't, I think we absolutely attack in. And I think we play the Youthful Knight, because if we draw another land, we can play multiple spells in a turn. Okay. Well, I know it's getting Reeve sold. Yeah, that's not even a question. Card's very, very good, especially against our deck. We really need to see Trapped in the Tower soon, otherwise we are just going to lose to a 7/7 plus giant dude. I'm waiting for like the Glass Casket or something to come down and just to be Fox armied to death. Ooh, okay, there we go. So, like I said, this is quickly turning into a race. We're going to attack all in. On the off chance they block, okay, we could throw down the Shining Armor. Since they didn't, I'm just going to play out both knights. I was really tempted to rally for the throne, but they're not doing a whole lot right now. More Youthful Knights. Yay! Alright, so this is where... They've got 6. They've got 1 card in hand, and we know they have the giant. I think what I'm going to do is attack in with everybody. We can flash in the Shining Armor if they try to block one of the Venerable Knights. And trade with the Fox. If they don't, we can play another Youthful Knight. Alright, so somebody's going to combat. Okay, I see what they're doing. We are going to flash in the Shining Armor on this knight, because it keeps it alive. And clearly they're scared of it. They have a combat trick. If not, I really like the position we're in. But they do. Oh well. Let's see. We know they're going to play... If they draw a land, they'll play the giant. If they don't have a land, they'll play the Carver. I think I'd rather give one of my guys flying and then play the flyer if I don't draw another land, versus just putting out 1 damage. Okay, so see, this is where the tide turns quickly. Alright, we have another land. However, we are going to make target creature gains flying. Next. And then we'll play the 1/1, because this gives us a 2-turn clock, which is faster than the giant can get us. What'll be bad is if they make the foxes fly, which right now, they must have like a billion ways to make it fly, and they're just not drawing any of it, which is okay with us. Alright. Now, I feel pretty comfortable with where we're at. Play Sir Arlen. And if they drew an artifact or enchantment, we are in trouble. They did not. Okay. There we go. Little dudes get there. So I feel pretty comfortable about those changes we made. I think taking out the Lost Legion was right. We're so rarely hitting double black. We haven't actually cast Rally yet, but there's been a couple spots I think it would have been good. Even there, if something crazy had happened, we would have some other options. And I haven't missed this guy, so I still think there's an argument for the Griffin, but the Witches getting back the Rider won us that one game. Well, they had to use memory theft to get rid of it, because it was a serious threat. So I think this is good. It's doing all right, considering I was so scared about us having screwed up the draft there early. No real complaints. Still definite room for improvement. And I said I'll still probably go back and rewatch some of the picks and kind of take a look through it, because I think we had better options that we didn't go with. Wuzzle. I love the name. Ooh, 4 lands. That's kind of frightening. But we have 2 drops and a 3-drop. And I don't think I can justifiably throw it back, especially when we're going first. So, lead with that. If we can play 3 planes in a row, that's perfect. But if we need to play a swamp next turn for something crazy to Reef Soul, we can. Another Fox. I love these Fox decks. Ooh, and another Reef Soul. However, I'm not going to Reef Soul the Fox just yet. I'm more concerned if their next turn is like a Trebuchet. I definitely want to Reef Soul that card. Or that one, because now the Fox flies. We're just going to play this now. Gain some life, put some other creatures on the field. Almost screw up. And Reef Soul. Jousting Dummy, which isn't a huge threat, but we get to punch in for 4 now. Which, when we're playing a red-white versus our black-white deck, they're going to be slightly more aggressive than we are. Alright, another great Reef Soul target. Okay, we can stop drawing lands, though. I am going to offer a trade with the 1/1. Getting in 5 damage is big. And we're getting to the point now that we're petering out a lot faster than they are, and that's bad for us. Ooh. That's annoying. Now we definitely don't attack next turn. Hopefully we draw something other than a land. Okay. I think I'm actually going to hold on to this Grange and just play a plains, because putting a counter on either of these creatures does 0 for us. Alright, so we've drawn 4. We have 5 non-lands to 8 lands. That's okay. We're doing fine. On the plus side, 7 lands. We only have 9 lands left of the deck. So theoretically, we should draw 3 spells in a row. We also know that won't happen, but See, told you. We're going to draw 3 spells in a row. We're just going to wait to see what the heck they're doing. I mean, they have 5 mana. It's not like they're holding up a counter spell. Yeah, no. You can take us down to 19. Okay, still can't really... Oh my gosh. Okay. So we now have... Let's see. 8, 9, 7 lands left in the deck. That's fine. That's gonna hurt. I still think we... Does he have trample? Nobody has menace. Nope. Alright. Alright. There we go. We're getting there, folks. We can keep it indestructible. That's a good thing. You know, I think I said earlier I don't ever expect this deck to be able to play this and keep it indestructible, let alone indestructible and lifelink. But now we want the Shining Armor. Unfortunately, my rider can't jump into the air. Although, really, it looks like he probably could. I think that's a flavor fail, and they should have, like, flying. Or, like, leap. This can totally knock a fox out of the air. Come on, like, look at the... Come on. That's what these horses do. One of these days, I just want to play flavor magic. This guy would totally be able to kill this guy. Can make an argument for it. Alright, you're thinking about your fox. You got one over here. Can't block it. Yep. Not much I can do about that. I know that guy. I know that guy. Alright. So... I don't think we attack in. Excuse me. They're going to give this guy menace. No, we can't attack. Cannot attack. We just have to hope. At least we can block the Flutter Fox now. I think if I'm this person, if you attack, you just attack all in. Yep. That guy has to blockers. So block that one. The worst case they have here is Barragin, whichever one that is. Because that would give... So we go here. And the question is it better to... Is this better? No, I'm being dumb. Oopsie. Don't be dumb, Brenda. Don't be dumb. So we'll lose our flyer. Block like that. Indestructible. Need to give it lifelink. Alright, we are... Oh my gosh. 10 lands. Alright. We are absolutely dead. However, they don't know that. So I think we hope they're scared of a trick and don't attack with everybody. Okay. Okay, perfect. Give them lifelink. Okay. Turn that corner. Yeah, I'm okay with this race. I just hope they don't have another trap in the tower. Oh, balls. That is one way to do that. Alright. Well, I thought we had turned a corner. Turns out I lied. Yeah, even we Seamus agrees. Alright, try that again. I think if they don't have that 7-drop spell there, we have a good chance of actually turning around and winning. But that was not the case. Okay, well. Oh, this hurts. So our opponent is going first. We have swamps and a Reeve Soul. We can play a Stone Coil Serpent for 3 if needed. If we hit any other land, we can play the Rider on 4. The fact that we don't have a Plains makes me stupid nervous, but we have 10 of them in the deck. Boy. Just the fact that we have the Rider with the Witches and the Reeve Soul and the Serpent, I think I have to keep it. We're on the draw. This is a tough one, though. Alright, we're going to try it. If we didn't have the Reeve Soul, I would 100% throw this back. If this had been a white card, this would have been gone. But the fact that we have the Reeve Soul, I think it's worth it to try. We just really want to see a Plains within the first 3 cards. Okay, not a Plains. Not a great step, but we're not playing this Serpent for 1. That is for darn sure. I also like the name Steve Explosion. I'm not sure if that means there's a lot of Steve or there's a lot of Steve over everything. Philosophical question. I'd like to think of like a confetti balloon filled with Steves. Just big Steve Explosion. I need more caffeine. Alright, I think we've seen like a dozen foxes today. Do we Reeve Soul on that? It is not a threat right now. So we're not going to. Fast forward 5 minutes when I'm regretting the decision not to Reeve the Fox's Soul. Come on, buddy. Come on. Whee! That's where he got his name. Not really, actually. No, that's not where your name is from. Hi, buddy. Yeah. Oh, now it flies. Go lay down, He has a cat tower over there, which theoretically he should use, but he likes just perching over here and watching me. Hi. Alright, well, we didn't hit land. This does have reach. Go for it. There you go, buddy. So our options are Serpent for 3, which is underwhelming, or Reaving the Soul just to save us some damage. But if I play the Serpent for 3, I'm less likely to block because they have so many combat tricks. So let's just do that. I don't know that that's right. We're not paying the Serpent for 1. No, thank you. Came back the very next day. Woohoo, finally. All right. We're going to play the Rider, because this can change some combat math real quickly with the lifelink. Serpent for 0. Worst play ever. Yes, please eat your food. Eat all of your food. I haven't had dinner yet, so I'm kind of hungry, so eating food sounds like a great idea. Ooh, that's annoying. All right. So, I think what we're going to do... Oh, hold on. Make sure Arena doesn't screw us over. We're going to change the combat math a little bit here. And then play this one. Just get some more creatures on the board. I don't think I'm going to play the other Resolute Rider out. Yep. Okay, so let's play... This gets 3. If I had... Oh wait, this will make this guy indestructible anyway. Got it. Brenda smart. Oh, I just need another land. Alright, I'll attack. Give that guy indestructible. Okay, I am going to... He's already indestructible. So I'm going to do a vaguely weird thing here. Give him lifelink. And then I'm also going to... Just doing math to make sure I didn't screw it up. I'm actually going to outflank, because I do not have many opportunities to kill this guy. And we needed that. I was hesitant to use the white because we could play the Venerable Knight, but the Venerable Knight's not blocking right now. It doesn't do much. And we still really want to hit another plains so that we can untap with this guy if we need to. Yep. Yep. And as soon as we hit another plains, I also don't mind playing the Serpent, because right now the Serpent can't block the Fox. Okay. They have 2 cards in hand that we don't know. I still think it's right to attack all in here. Excuse me. Yep, make him indestructible. Something goes awry. We have our combat trick. I am going to give him a lifelink. Since they don't block. Because basically we're just negating their Fox turn. And play the Venerable Knight even though they're not blocking. Yep. Turn. Still really want to see a land. Particularly a plains. Okay, that's annoying. I think it's actually worth it to block here. Yeah, buddy? You gonna come say hi again? I think I was gone, at the GP this weekend, so I think Seamus missed me a little bit, which was nice. But now he's being super needy. Alright, again, I don't like putting eggs into a basket, but I think we kind of need to here. Come on up, buddy. Oh, yay, a plains. Come on. Okay, he's up. Alright, so... we don't want to play the witches yet. We're at 14. What do we do here? I think... Yeah, Seamus. Alright, let's do this. We're going to attack all in. We are not going to give him lifelink this turn, because we're going to play the serpent. Excuse me. Because depending on what they do, it now allows us to block the fox. It also allows us to punch in with the guide mother on the serpent. Okay. Come on. Okay. So let's think about this for a second. We can attack in with this, make him indestructible, but it trades the commander off. We then have the trick, the squire, to kill whatever they block with. So we can attack with everything. Yeah, you know what? Let's do that. Let's attack with everything. They are clearly on the defensive. Yep, and yep. Okay. So, this is indestructible, so we don't mind. We are totally going to... are we? Yes. Yes, we are. We are going to 2-for-1 ourselves here. And then... give him lifelink. That leaves them with 1 blocker, 10 life. We have the guide mother to fly over with. We have the witches to get back the death touch person. We are so close on re-souling. So let's... They have 7 mana and 2 cards in hand. That does make me a little nervous. So what's our most advantageous? So we have 5 mana available. We can play the guide mother to make this fly. And then squire and guide mother out. Although the squire doesn't do a lot for us. Well, let's fly over right now. Start with that. That seems right. This does have reach, but the 2/1 makes it so if they want to trade, we can make it indestructible. Worst case is they have Fell of the Pheasant here, which would be super depressing. Okay, that's fine. I'd rather do it this way and force it out of their hand versus getting it on the swing back. So that's okay. I think at this point we need to go a little bit wider. So we've got 6 mana. This has reach, so flying doesn't really matter. Let's... we do have to be careful. There is that destroy all non-giants. So with that in mind, we could just play out Youthful Knight. Play out the Squire. No, that taps too much mana. On the off chance that they have the giant card, this keeps their rider alive. They could just also be flooding. Okay, so I'm gonna attack all in. At worst, we lose our 2-1 and they take 6. If they decide to block the rider, I'm not going to use the lifelink. I want to play more things. Alright, so I still want to keep up, I think, 3 mana just to be safe. So if we play another rider, well, 4, 5. Alright, we're going to play it super cautious. Are we? No. No, we're not. We have the witches. We're not. This leaves them dead next turn. Even cracking the food. Good game. Because the worst case there is we're playing around a mythic at that point. But we have backup because we have the witches to get things back. And we were at enough life total, I think it was okay to kind of overextend there. But we at least need to keep it in mind. Alright, so let's take a half second here. If we win, we're done. If we lose, we're done. So let's take a look. Kind of revisit the deck. I think our biggest struggle has actually been our mana. We are just at 16 lands because our curve is so low. And we only have 6 swamps because we only have 5 actual required black symbols. We started off with the Lost Legion in our deck, which I think was a mistake. The double black is actually super hard for this deck sometimes. I also think it's right that we're not playing that third Grange. Having 2 has been great. I think having a third, we'd have to cut a plains, which makes it less likely for them to trigger because of that balance where you need plains, but you don't want too many because you want to hit Granges. So I think this is good. I think the other choice we have really with this pool is the Paladin here versus the Rally. I like the Rally, I think, so far a little bit more. Again, just for the life gain. And being able to either swing in for an extra point or 2 of damage, or make these guys be blockers and let us punch in and not have to worry about blocking. So I think with what we've had, this is the optimal build. It's run pretty well, considering we have exactly 1 rare that's colorless. I think this deck is running pretty well. Like I said, after the draft, I was a little worried based on this doesn't seem like a super powerful deck. So I think we'd struggle. I think we've also gotten kind of lucky in the decks we've played. Like haven't hit too many like stupid very big green dudes like green black food would be a serious problem for us. But the one we've seen, we've been okay with. So I think overall we're doing okay. Let's see how this last game goes for us. Top Hat Mike. Not as cool as Exploding Steve's, but still appreciate the name. Okay, so here's... Oof. So we are on the draw. We have 2 lands and We can cast 1 card. If we hit a swamp, we can cast 4 cards. If we don't hit a swamp, if we don't hit a land, we're in deep trouble. This is a close one. I think if we were on the play, we would automatically ship this back. Being on the draw gives us a little bit of wiggle room, because we have quite a few 2-drops that we could draw into. But if we draw into like Reeve Soul into Witches, and our opponent is anything fast, we are in serious problems. I think if the Rider or Rally had been a 2-drop, I would definitely keep this. Man. So I'm on the fence because I think if I keep it, I'm being too greedy. If I throw it back, I think I'm being too needy. So it's a real fine line I'm trudging here. I think if I had a 2-drop, I would definitely keep this. A 2-drop that I could cast. Let me be clear, I have a 2-drop, but I can't cast it. And with only 6 swamps in the deck, the likelihood of drawing it's minimal. Nope. Okay, we can keep this. Sir is so good, sire. Whatever. So, while I like having the witches in this deck. Sir. Ooh, they got the pretty one. Nice. Alright, so this might be a combat math race. Yep. Awesome. I'd love to see the Reeve Soul now. The Squire's not going to block, so I'm not going to play it. I'm definitely glad we didn't keep that last hand. Alright, so... let's think for half a second. Because they played a Squire, I could play the Squire and the Knight. And then on 4, we can play the Rider. We do need to slow down the damage a little bit. I don't want to play this Knight because it's just going to die. So let's put this out as a trade. And this is a blocker for the next turn when we've played either the Knight or the Rider. Yep. If it were me, I'd probably put it on the Guide Mother. Yeah. Alright, we definitely... because if they have a trick, we'd rather them use it. Hi, wee Seamus. Bye, wee Seamus. That's fine. We're not taking that damage to our face. I'm going to play this in case we get a Grange. We're not going to attack. These guys are going to block the Squire if they swing in with that. Or even the Youthful Knight at this point. Because the Rider's going to start swinging in if it can. If they don't have Trap in the Tower. To start gaining back some life, because this is a race. We know they have a Squire in hand and 3 cards we don't know about. Yep. Okay, okay. So we're gonna attack. And we are gonna give it lifelink. Just because we're so far behind right now. Okay. You move past blockers. I think that was a mistake. And then we're gonna play a Youthful Knight ourselves. Another one on the Guide Mother. We could really use oh no, okay. So I'm going to attack in with the Rider. If they do block with the Youthful Knight, I will very gladly give it indestructibility. And heck, lifelink too, I think. Alright, they didn't. So I am going to give it lifelink though. Oh, cancel. Undo one of those. Thank you. Not screw that up. It only costs 2. And we already have one Youthful Knight out. But I'm going to put... Well, it's not super mana efficient. I am going to put out the second one just to stop some shenanigans. And then, depending on what happens, my next turn I'd really like to get this guy out. But I felt like I needed to kind of gain some life and get the race a little bit more level. Because we are taking 2 a turn right now that we can't stop. So getting ahead of that matters. I still have 3 cards that we don't know about. I'm fairly certain they're mono white. I haven't seen any indication to think otherwise. This allows us, depending on what happens, to play him next turn and then be able to swing in with everything, being able to leave up indestructibility and lifelink with this guy and really change the race. Alright. So they're clearly offering some kind of combat trick here. I'm going to not double block because I don't want to lose 2 creatures to some crazy combat tricks. I'm willing to get 1 out of their hand. Yep. That's fine. Yep. Ooh, interesting. I still think we swing in here. No, I definitely think we swing in. Because depending on if they block or not block, I don't think we're going to give it lifelink this turn. Because I'm going back on my playing Sir this time. Let's see. 2, 4, 6, 8, 11. Yeah, so what we're going to do, we're going to let them take that. We're going to play this. And we're going to tap down 2 of their creatures on their turn. I'm definitely glad we're tapping down 2 of their creatures on their turn. Ooh, okay, some more interesting things to look at. So they're at 5. We're at 14. I am going to do this now. We're at a high enough life total. I'm comfortable with this. We have a couple options depending on how they block and what they do. We can either give this lifelink indestructibility or play this. So they're trying to kill it. It's fine. We will give this indestructibility. So they're down to two creatures at 3 life. We can't we can block this if we need to. At 14 life, I'm not going to. So if they attack in, we are A-okay with that. I would still like to draw, I think, another land. But if not, we have the option of swinging with this, giving it lifelink, and still playing the Tactician. Okay, that changes things a little bit. So we're at 11. Oh, no. See? Yay! I drew the land I wanted. Literally exactly the land I wanted. We're going to swing in here. They have to block. And we are not going to do... I'm trying to think of anything that we have to be worried about in terms of being at 11. I think it's just more valuable to play out him. There we go. Awesome. That was actually kind of a tough one considering the spot we came from on that one. But I think very clearly the Resolute Rider was the MVP today for us, and having two of them absolutely is what got us to the 7 wins. The only rare we had in the deck was the Serpent, and while very clearly it's a great card, in some ways I think the Riders did more work for us tonight. So yeah, Black-White Knights gets there. I think this is proof that you can screw up a draft and still come out on top and be okay. That's my one draft for tonight. If you haven't yet, make sure you're, following a member of the stream here. This Saturday, we're going to give away 4 Jace Vryn Prodigies live on stream. So make sure you're following, come back, check it out, and watch the other streamers the rest of the week. We're a fun bunch of people. We'll play a diverse amount of different formats, and we're glad you're here with us. So I'll be back next week, Monday at 7:30. We'll do this again. Hopefully, quite literally, get 7 wins again. But it was fun. So thanks for joining me, and I'll